All right, students, going to go over our assignments for this next week. Most of you have done a pretty good job as far as getting in last week's material. Some of you I still haven't received anything from. And so if you're watching this or if you're a parent watching this, please make sure that your children are getting in the material as they need to be getting it in. But again, those of you who did do your work, you did a great job sending it through Google Docs, sending it through text, doesn't really matter. Just making sure that I got it. So I appreciate those of you who did that. For junior high, we're going to start with you. It's going to be pretty similar to how it was last week. I'm going to post some videos for Route 66, and so you'll have your notes for your lecture. It'll be lesson number 41. We're going to be going over the book of Zephaniah. And so you're going to have to make sure that you're following along with that video. Make sure that you are that you're writing out the answers as we go over them to fill in your notes. Make sure you're following along in your Bibles too. That's important to help understand the material. And then your memory verse for this week is going to be Zephaniah chapter 2 and verse 3. So again, you're going to need to make sure that you can write that out. Have one of your parents stand next to you when you write that out, and then have them sign the bottom of the page. That way I know that they were there, all right? And then for history, it's also going to be pretty similar. I'll probably have two videos, one video going over the material for chapter 26, and then you'll need to read through chapter 26 because I'm not just going to read the whole thing. And then you're going to have to take care of the chapter questions and timeline for chapter 26 as well, and I'll do another video where I go over those questions and the answers with you to make sure that you are understanding them, okay? So pretty simple, not too different than what we did in class. And so I hope it worked well for you this last week. That's what we're going to do again this week. Again, if any of you ran into issues or you're just not sure what to do or you're not understanding something, then go ahead and send it to me. And then for high school, 9th and 10th grade, well, really, 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th. For Bible and English, you all have the same stuff, and then 9th and 10th, you just have history too. But for Bible, obviously we went over the life of David this last week. We're going to spend this week going over the life of Solomon. And so make sure that you be on the lookout for those videos on Solomon. I will post them to the YouTube account. And so, honestly, please do make sure that you have notifications on. It's difficult to correspond. It's difficult for the teachers to have to correspond with all of the different students and all of the different teachers and to answer questions. It's a lot to keep track of. If you turn that notification on for the YouTube account and you just know every time one of those videos is being posted, that's a great help to the teachers. And then please just get your work in. Honestly, we want to make sure that we're working well with you, but you all need to make sure that you're just working. So get your work in, watch the videos, continue your reading for Samuel, Kings, and Chronicles. That'll need to be done soon. English. I'm going to attach another spelling list. You'll just do the same thing you did last week. Write out each list 5 times, and then next to each word, write a definition. In case there's any confusion, you don't need to write the definition after every copy of the word. Write the word 5 times, and then write the definition, and then move on, okay? Just in case there's any confusion about that. And then your paper on vaccinations is going to be due on April 10th. And so if you have not been working together on those papers, then you got 1 week, all right? So you need to try and get that knocked out and get that sent into me as quickly as possible. To save me from getting like 15 different copies of the same paper, just have the team captains. So Brandon and Joanna, you two will be responsible for emailing me the finalized copy of the paper. So as soon as the entire team is comfortable with it and it's complete, then you two will just need to send me your respective copies, and then I'll get those graded, and then I'll send the graded version back out to everyone so that everyone can read it. And then not junior high, but 9th and 10th grade for history. I'm just going to be moving on to chapter number 30, lessons 1 through 4, as well as the chapter quiz for chapter 32. And so you're going to need to make sure that you're doing that. I've gotten some of the quizzes from some of you, but not the chapter questions. You need to make sure that you're turning in both of those. That way I know that you're doing all of your work and not just the easy portions, okay? So that's it for this week. Again, pretty similar to last week, just updating and moving on to the next chapter. But as always, reach out to me if you have any questions or concerns. And you have my email, you have my cell phone number, and so let me know if I can be